can't get my kids to pray. It's almost as if it's a major struggle for them to pray. Reading Quran is another thing that they seem to struggle with. And I'm so afraid for their deen. I'm afraid for their future. I'm afraid for their Jannah. What do I do? It really works me up. I'm Zainab Oladapo. I'm a coach. Are those things you've ever felt come up for you sometimes? When it looks like our teen doesn't show any interest in the deen, it seems they just struggle. They find it difficult to do the things we are supposed to do as Muslims. This is something that many teens exhibit. Many teens exhibit. So you're not alone. So what to do? What you want to do will have to do first with how you approach the deen yourself. Do you make it seem like the deen is something that is hard, that is difficult to do, that is a chore, that is something you just have to do and get out of the way? Or are you able to show up as, knowing that we are doing what we do as Muslims, SALAH, reading the Quran, trying to understand it because that is what Allah has asked us to do. So that's one thing you might want to reflect on. So going back to what you can actually do to change things up is that I'm always someone that believes in the power of, the Jama'ah, the power of the family doing things together. So one thing is you can actually agree as a family to always pray together. So observe all your salah together. So that means there isn't that tendency for someone not to pray, because when you've agreed as a family to pray together, then everybody becomes each person's keeper. We pray together as a congregation. So what it means is that if somebody is being tardy, everyone waits a bit. So if you find your teen is being tardy, for instance, you might want to set out reminding everyone it's time for Salah, probably like 15 minutes to Salah. If you notice that the tardiness is like 10 minutes, so by the time whoever wants to be tardy is tardy, by the time they're set, it's time to just do the Salah. So when you pray together as a family, you find that it's easier to ensure that everyone prays at the right time. And then about reading Quran is the same thing as well. You might decide to designate a time. Okay, family time for reading Quran, and everybody reads a little portion. It doesn't have to be a long time. It could just be 15 minutes. It could be after Subhi prayer. It could be after Asr prayer. Everyone does it. So there's just something about when you do it together. There's just something about when you do it together. It's something you can actually even put some fun into and decide that, oh, okay, fine, we're going to do a reading contest. Who's going to read? And let's see if he's able to mimic this particular reciter or whatever. And of course, this depends on the kind of levels of everybody's understanding of the Quran. It could even be that, okay, we're going to read the Quran in English, so you will read this verse and then you can tell us what the meaning is. Make it fun. So when you're able to do this, you would find that there's that tendency, there's this possibility that there'll be a bit less resistance when they're being asked to or reminded to do something because it's what is required for them to do as a Muslim. So this is the 5th video in this series. I hope that you've benefited from all of them, and inshallah we're going to be having the meetup on Saturday, 2nd of May, inshallah, at 11 a.m. West African time, which is also UK time. And I'd really want you to come on, bring your questions, because I have something special for you that I want to share with you that I really, really am confident is going to move us to the point where we are going to rock being a mother of teens. Yes, inshallah. we're going to drop all the anxiety and the apprehension that we have when we're imagining, when we're going through what we're going through right now as our kids are growing older and older. So thank you very much. I'd love to, know what you think. What's the feedback from doing some of these activities or taking some of these tips I've given you? Your feedback, I'd love to hear or read them. And then, yeah, I think that's it. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.